Hello everyone. Let's talk about business case called hitting the wall, Nike and international labor labor practice. So this case is about Nike. Yeah, Nike is one of most famous sport companies in the world. And we want to talk about a business strategy and how Nike become a successful company, and there is so many factory in Asian countries. And then um what is the problem that Nike faced when they start the journey to make the company to make big company. So uh, Nike became very successful because of its strong brand, and then uh, they have good marketing because they use uh, famous athletes for the marketing. Um, However, in 1990s, Nike also received so many critics because of labor problems in its factories. The main the main problem were low wages, and then child labor, unsafe working condition, and long working hour. First, let's talk about Nike business strategy. So, Nike didn't produce most of its shoes by itself. So, instead, Nike work with independent factories in other countries. At first, Nike worked in Japan and moved production in moved to South Korea and Taiwan because uh, the costs were low. After that, Nike moved again to more production to Indonesia and China, and Indonesia became an important country for Nike because production costs were cheaper. Nike used the money saved from production for marketing. So the company became famous of using famous athletes named Michael Jordan and Tiger Woods. And because of his strategy, Nike became a very strong global brand. And however, Nike successful business model also create a problem. Indonesia and other countries with working and other countries, many workers receive low wages. So there were also problem with working condition and a poor treatment or and some workers complain about uh yeah, it's like low wages, long working hour, and poor treatment, and labor activities started to investigate these factors. One of the important activists named Jeff Bellinger, he believed that Nike had a responsibility to protect workers, even if the workers work for independent factories. And he investigated factories in Indonesia and found many problems. And the critic became bigger, and Nike said that the factories were independent contractors. So Nike argued that the factories were responsible for their own factories or their own workers. And however, newspaper, television program, activists, and students uh, continued to critique Nike. There were also protests at universities, and some students believed that Nike was a symbol of worker exploitation. Another serious problem was child labor. In 1996, a magazine showed a young worker in Pakistan making a soccer ball, a Nike soccer ball. And Nike admitted that child labor has been used during the early production period in Pakistan. And this create even more critique from the public. And the problem was no longer only about factories, and it also became problem for Nike brand and their reputation. And another big issue was wages. Nike said that the workers were paid according local market condition. So however, critics uh, believe that the wages were too low, and people compare to the low wages of worker with the high price of Nike product, and this created a strong image problem for Nike, and there were also problems with worker safety. In 1997, an audit found health and problem at a factory in Vietnam. Some workers had a health problem because of poor ventilation and chemicals. And the factory also had problem with safety equipment and then working hour. And Nike said that its monitoring system had found the problem and that the company was working to fix them. By 1997 and 1996, Nike had a serious problem or serious image problem, and there were protests at Nike store and universities, and some universities even considered to stopping their contract with Nike. At the same time, Nike financial situation became weaker, and in 1998 Nike earnings fell, and the company had to lay off 100,600 workers. And the labor controversy and the labor controversy was not the only reason for the Nike financial problem, but it made the situation more difficult. So, how Nike can solve this problem? So, yeah, after receiving a lot of critique, Nike started to change its approach, and in 1998, Phil Knight admitted that Nike had a serious labor problems. So Nike announced several reforms. So the company raised the minimum age for footwear to 18, footwear workers to 18, and Nike also improved safety standard and increased factory monitoring, and the company create education programs for workers and become more involved in labor reform. And Nike also became involved with the Fair Labor Association or FLA, and the FLA was created to improve labor standard in the factories, and the rules include a minimum workers age of 15 and a maximum working time of 16 hour of week. And companies also had to create monitoring system, and factory could be inspected by independent auditor. And Nike also training programs for factory manager, and managers and supervisor were required to learn the local language and understand different culture. And this program showed that Nike was trying to make a long-term change. And yeah, when Nike trying to change the policy, or yeah, the programs, some activists still believe that Nike needed to do more, especially about wages. In conclusion, the Nike case showed that a successful company can still face a serious problem when its business decisions affect workers and society. And Nike became a successful through a low production cost and strong marketing and a famous athletes. And yeah, I think for me the main lesson from this case is mm, uh, companies can not only focus on the profit or brand image. They also need to think about safety, workers, and fairness and social responsibility. So business success and social responsibility should go together. So that's all for me. Thank you.